The latest news about GO trains across the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area reflects a system that is expanding, modernizing, and pushing toward more frequent regional rail service, but it is also a network facing major internal uncertainties. Over the last several months, GO Transit has rolled out new service, opened new stations, accelerated corridor upgrades, and continued its long-term program of track ownership and infrastructure control. At the same time, there have been setbacks and behind-the-scenes challenges that raise questions about how quickly GO can evolve into the true all-day two-way regional rail system that was promised years ago. Taken together, the picture is one of progress mixed with hesitation, with riders experiencing both improvements and ongoing growing pains. One of the most recent significant developments is on the Kitchener GO line, which has been the focus of renewed attention. The province reached an agreement to purchase a large stretch of rail corridor from CN between Bramalea and Kitchener. This was a long-awaited step because dedicated GO-owned tracks are the key to unlocking frequent, reliable service that does not have to compete with heavy freight rail traffic. For many years, this line has been constrained by its shared-use arrangement, and the new land acquisition finally lays the foundation for a separate passenger corridor. At the same time, GO Transit introduced new weekend service to Kitchener, marking the first time that regular weekend trains are running all the way to the city. Riders also now benefit from substantially increased weekend frequency between Bramalea and Union Station, with service every 30 minutes on parts of the line. These changes signal that even before major construction accelerates, GO is trying to make the route more practical for riders who travel outside rush hour windows. Another major update is the opening of the Confederation GO station in Stoney Creek. After years of delays, the station finally began welcoming GO trains, instantly filling a gap between West Harbour and Niagara Falls. The station launched with far more weekly trips than originally planned, and the service increase benefits both Hamilton region commuters and riders traveling along the Niagara corridor. The introduction of this stop has also contributed to a broader expansion of weekday and weekend service across the line, reflecting GO Transit's intention to gradually build up frequency throughout the Hamilton-Niagara region. For residents of Stoney Creek, the new station creates a predictable and accessible point of entry to the GO network, reducing the need to travel to Aldershot or West Harbour for service to Toronto. Work is also underway on the new infrastructure that will reshape certain corridors for years to come. Construction has begun on the new Woodbine GO station along the Kitchener line, which is set to replace the aging Etobicoke North station. Unlike the existing facility, Woodbine GO is being designed as a large, modern, multimodal hub with expanded platforms, new pedestrian connections, significantly expanded bus integration, and parking structures designed to accommodate future growth. This project is strategically important because the surrounding area is expected to grow substantially, and the existing Etobicoke North station simply cannot handle the project ridership or the expanded service patterns planned for the Kitchener corridor. With the Kitchener line pushing toward all-day, two-way service in the coming years, Woodbine GO will be far better equipped to support high-frequency operations and improved passenger flow. Alongside station construction, GO Transit continues its major upgrades to track capacity and rail operations in the Union Station rail corridor. This area is the most complex and congested rail junction in the country and is essential for every GO line entering Toronto. Currently, work includes widening rail bridges, relocating utilities, and transforming aging rail infrastructure to support the higher train volumes promised in GO expansion. Although these improvements may not be flashy, they are necessary if GO is ever going to reach the kind of turn-up and GO service that regions like London, Paris, Sydney, and Berlin consider standard. Without adding track capacity and modernizing switches and signals, it becomes impossible to slot in more trains during peak periods, or introduce reliable off-peak service, or prepare for future electrification. However, despite these physical improvements, GO Transit has experienced significant challenges behind the scenes and has raised questions about the long-term direction of the network. Earlier this year, the major multi-decade contract with ON Express, the consortium responsible for modernizing operations and implementing a European-style regional rail program, was cancelled. The consortium had been tasked with everything from system-wide signaling upgrades to electrification planning, operations, maintenance, and schedule design. With the deal terminated before it even took effect, the entire GO expansion program now appears to have been scaled back to only a portion of its original vision. The cancellation has created uncertainty about how and when GO will achieve the promised high-frequency, electrified service that was marketed to riders for nearly a decade. These structural uncertainties extend into GO Transit's fleet strategy as well. Although many trains have recently undergone refurbishment, there is growing concern about long-term fleet renewal. GO's iconic bi-level coaches are reliable workhorses, but many are aging, and the lack of a clear modernization or replacement plan risks leaving the network with outdated equipment over the next decade. Fleet planning becomes even more crucial if GO continues shifting towards all-day two-way service, where reliability and maintenance cycles need to be tightly controlled. Without a defined fleet strategy, the commitment to more frequent service may become difficult to sustain. For riders, the practical impact of these developments is mixed, but still encouraging. Commuters on the Kitchener line finally have weekend service, along with higher frequency on key portions of the route, which marks a meaningful quality of life improvement for trips into Toronto. Riders in Hamilton and Stoney Creek now have a long-promised new station with a strong service level, which should improve access to downtown Toronto and Niagara. Riders across the network continue to benefit from incremental upgrades, from new platforms to better track connections, which collectively make trips smoother and more reliable over time. At the same time, the uncertainty around the GO expansion contract and fleet renewal introduces a sense of doubt about the long-term direction of the regional rail system. GO Transit is making progress, but it is still far from the fast, frequent, electrified metro-style regional system that has been used to promote the project. Until the province settles on a definitive strategy for operations and fleet modernization, the improvements being rolled out may feel incremental rather than transformational. Still, the present moment remains one of meaningful growth. New stations are opening, new trains are running, more riders are being served, and important construction projects continue. If the moment holds, GO Transit is positioned to become a far more useful and far more reliable regional network than it has ever been. The key now is ensuring that the vision does not lose steam during this period of transition, because the demand for reliable, frequent region-wide rail service has never been higher in the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area. The East Harbour Station will also be one of the most transformative additions to the GO network. It will create a second major regional hub that will dramatically improve how people move across the GTA. By connecting multiple GO lines with the Ontario line in a single location, it will relieve pressure on Union Station. It will also open entirely new cross-city travel options up and will make the system far more flexible. I hope that you liked the video. If so, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed and want to be notified of new videos that are released, please click on the Art Toronto button here. This is the video that I would recommend for you to watch next, and I'm sure that you're going to love it. Here's the playlist for all of the latest in transit news and views that you're going to find very informative and interesting. And finally, here is the latest video. Thanks for watching and happy transiting.